This man murdered his son to try and stop the world seeing these photos. It was 2012 in picturesque Colorado. Mark Redwine had been divorced twice and had 2 children with his ex-wife Elaine. The pair were actually in the midst of a bitter custody battle over 13-year-old Dylan Redwine. Now, Dylan had expressed to his brother Corey that he felt uncomfortable spending time with his dad. It would only later be revealed the potential reason for this: some horrifying, disturbing selfies that the brothers had found in 2011. On the 18th of November, Mark picked up Dylan from the airport. Dylan had finally agreed to go and spend some time with his dad. CCTV from the airport showed the pair barely interacting when they saw each other. Texts from Dylan's phone actually show that he had arranged to meet up with a friend the next morning at 6:30 a.m. His last text that night was at 9:37 p.m. Dylan never showed up to meet his friend the following day, and his friend texted him at 6:46 a.m. He was really worried when he never got a reply. Mark's version of events would later be that Dylan had left that morning and just simply never returned. Now, a huge search of the local area began. Everybody was looking everywhere for missing Dylan. Interestingly, at 11 p.m. that night, Mark's house went pitch black. Now, with a missing child, you would think that Mark would be up all night desperately trying to find the whereabouts of his missing child. Either that, or he would at least leave some kind of lights on so that if Dylan did come home, he could see the house, he could get in. Within days of the disappearance, one of Mark's ex-wives told police something harrowing. He had apparently previously told her that if he wanted to dispose of a body, he would get rid of it in the mountains. He'd also apparently said to her that he would rather kill the kids than let her have them. Obviously, this was very disturbing in the context of the custody battle that was going on. Mark was interviewed on TV and asked about the allegations against him. He appeared quite suspicious on this interview because he was talking about his son in the past tense. An agonizing 7 months passed before Dylan's remains were eventually found. He was only 8 miles from Mark's house, just off a trail. A witness came forward to say that they had seen Mark driving alone in the area in April 2013. The trail that Dylan's body was found off was an ATV trail, so an all-terrain vehicle trail. Mark actually owned an ATV himself. Mark and Dylan's mum actually appeared on the Dr. Phil show shortly after. They were throwing accusations at each other. Interestingly, Mark refused to take a lie detector test. Then a telling discovery was made. In August 2013, police found Dylan's blood in Mark's living room. Cadaver dogs also indicated the smell of death. A cadaver dog also indicated that human remains were present in the washing machine of the home. Cadaver smell was on Mark's clothes and in his vehicle. Mark was arrested for second-degree murder and child abuse. So what was the motive for this crime? As I mentioned, there were some really sickening images that the brothers had found. Dylan's brother stated that the pair discovered the photographs of Mark dressed in women's clothing with human feces all around his face, eating human feces from a nappy. Now, one of the images is just too graphic for me to post on TikTok, but you can easily find this on Google. Dylan and his dad's relationship had been gradually declining. Dylan had actually asked his brother to send him the images that his brother had collected just before the November visit. He said he intended to confront his dad about them. He had no idea this would be fatal. The prosecution claimed that when Mark found out that Dylan knew about these photographs, it triggered a rage in him and he killed Dylan. He was given 48 years in prison for the murder of his son.